Welcome to our channel, $1 Million Made Easy. I saw recently that you need to have $1.46 million to retire successfully. So what I want to do is run some numbers. And what I'm going to do is look at somebody that's turned age 65 by the end of 2024. So in 1979, when they were age 20, they would have 45 years to save till age 65. They would have needed to save just $119 a month to have this kind of sum at age 65. Notice 10 years later, when they're age 30, they waited to start. They'd save for 35 years. They need to save $450 a month to save this kind of sum. And in 1999, if they waited, at age 40, they need to save 20 for 25 years. They need to save 1,220 to have these kind of sums today. That's the retirement goal. Now, I want you to notice the difference between age 20 and age 30 is basically almost 4 times as much you'd have to save by waiting 10 years. And from age 30 to 40, you'd have to save almost 3 times as much to have this kind of money. But notice the difference between starting at age 20 and age 40. You'd have to save 10 times as much. But this is assuming that this is your goal. Now, what I've done is adjusted for 2024 dollars, because $119 back in 1979 would be like having this kind of money. You'd need $514 to have that same buying power as 119 back in 1979. I just wanted to show you this was using the Dollar Worth app, which you can download. But I just want to show people 1.46 million. It doesn't take that much, but you also need to take into account that it's kind of this kind of buying power today. You need $514 if this was your goal in the future. But again, nobody knows what inflation is going to do. But this is just looking at a hypothetical case, what somebody retired age 65 at the end of 2024 would have had to save over these different time periods. Now I want to actually show you the numbers here, because obviously this is just one set of numbers from 1979 on for the returns. What happens if we use the same numbers, 1.46 million, which is supposedly the goal today? Let's do a 60-40 asset allocation. Again, we're showing you what we're going to do on this channel. And what I did was, if I kept to the 4% rule, withdrawal rule, in this case on this amount, it would be 4.03, 4,900. 4,900 would give you 58,800. And I ran it for every single year, which is what we do on this channel. We actually look at what you would have if we had returns like any of these last 100 years, including the decade of the 1930s and the year 2000. And I ran the numbers, and folks, this 1.46 million actually works out really good if you use the 4% rule. How many times would you run out of money? No matter what you had for returns, these are the actual numbers. You would never run out of money with the 4% rule, the 1.46 million. But that's what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers for you, but I just thought that was interesting. This is the kind of money somebody age 65 would have had to start saving back in 1979 to reach this goal. And you can see how the longer you wait, the more expensive it gets. Folks, that's what we do on this channel. We run numbers for people. We set up spreadsheets. We look at all kinds of different concepts here. Don't just look at one of these videos. You need to look at all of them, because we explain all these different from sequence of returns risk. How about your asset allocation? And this one we kind of look at the impact inflation can have on your nest egg, especially the longer you wait to start saving, how costly it can be. We also looked at some of the numbers that people are throwing around today. Do you really need $1.46 million? There's just one more thing I want to mention. This right here, at $4,900 a month, if you take into account Social Security, for example, say you get 2,000 Social Security, that means you could save 6,900 a month, because 2,000 that's coming from Social Security. So you'd still be at the 4% withdrawal rule. All these numbers would basically be the same because you take into account Social Security. But if you think 6,900 isn't enough, look at what the difference is with you take into account Social Security. We'll change this real quick. 6,900 would be 82,800 a month, of which 2,000 that's coming from Social Security. But that's just what we do on this channel. There's just so much I want to share with you. Check out some of the other videos. Follow this channel. You're going to gain a huge understanding of what each and one of these, the impact they can have on your retirement savings and how much you even need to save. Thanks so much for watching. Please share this channel with others. Let people know about this channel. Let them know we run numbers for people. And thanks for watching.